sub YouTubers at my 47 and welcome. Well, it's not really. It's not a game. It's not like a let's play. Think of it as a response to DJ's game of chess. Like I have watched the video, and I am like stunned. Like I see good moves like DJ. I'm not mad at you or disappointed. I've seen like better moves that can punish White's king very bad. Since Pyro played like king to D2, for opening up the queen, you should have took with the rook, and then you'll be head of material. And you'll be a queen up and literally destroy White's army. Well, in this video, I'm gonna show you my gameplay of how I played against a computer. And don't be looking at the elos. That's how I've been recently playing with other computers, because you know I wanted to like practice. This is my own time when I practice chess. So I will show you like later on how to checkmate with the king and queen later on, DJ. So without further ado, let's go with the review. And I hope you learned something from this, DJ, for your rematch. E4, C5. So in this move, in this opening, DJ, this is called the Sicilian defense. The whole point of this is that it's to prevent me to going. Well, I don't even know what's the purpose of it, but I know in the fact it's called the Sicilian defense, and I played knight to c3. Knight to c3. Oh, I can't go on. I'm so fast. I'm sorry, but it's on me just energetic me watching DJ's video. But anyway, knight to c6, and this is called the Magnus Carlsen opening. Why we were watching videos about this opening. Knight to c6, bishop to c4, d5. Well, the thing about this move is that it's a free pawn. I could just take with the pawn and threaten his knight. Knight moves over to d4, and I'm looking. And this position, if my queen was that somewhere else, it would have been forking my king and my rook, and I had no choice to move the king over, and the rook would take me, and I'll be losing. So I played knight to f3. I don't need to worry about that. Knight takes on knight on f3. Check. The correct approach is not take with the pawn, because if I take with the pawn, it's gonna damage my structure of my pawns. So the correct approach is take with the queen. Is that it's an active queen now, and I develop my queen, and now she's more open and more dangerous. Because the queen is more. It's a more offensive piece, and she not be playing defense. She would be on offense. A6. I castle the king side, and this is the thing, DJ. You should be start castling your castling. Because what it does is that it gets your king to safety more faster, and brings your rook into the game real early. And the first rule in chess is king safety. Queen d6. Knight to e4. I threaten the queen. Queen goes back to c7. I slide the rook to e1. I'm putting pressure on this file where the king is. Queen to e5. I played queen to c3. Try to do a queen trade. And sometimes in game of chess, you want your opponent to take on you. Because the better way is that if they take you, you can take back, and you'll be in a good position. Because that's why, in some cases, the defender will always win. D3. King to D8. I don't know why he moved. I don't know why the bot played king to D8 and chose to be like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna sit right next to my queen, and we'll have a good time. Bishop to G5. The whole point of it is that I pin the pawn to the king, and he cannot move. F6, and I have to move my bishop back to B8. Not B8. BE. Bishop to E3. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Bishop to G4. Bishop takes on C5. F5. Knight to G5. Don't worry about the background. I'm just doing a loose. I'm just giving a little story, but more like a lesson for DJ. King to D7. The whole point of King D7 is to prevent Knight to F7. So I don't fork his king and his rook, so I can guarantee to win a full rook. I take on the E7. That was a mistake because the knight takes back on E7. I play rook to oh my goodness. Rook to D1. That was a blunder because bishop takes D1. I take back. Knight takes on D5. I take back on D5 with my bishop. Queen takes queen on C3. The only choice I can take back is the pawn on B2, and I would not. I don't know why the bot played this, but queen trade perhaps. And now in this situation, it's now a rook, knight, and a bishop endgame. H6. Knight to F7. I don't know why the bot played this move, because the rook is under attack to rook to E8. Knight takes on H8. B6. F3. So the whole point of this is that when I bring my rook over, so if it doesn't, so I don't take it, so it won't be a back ranked checkmate for me. Because if I want to go back, if I don't played rook to E1, the rook would take my rook, and it'll been a back rank checkmate, and the king couldn't go anywhere because it's blocked by its pawns. So that's why I played F3. So when I do that, I have an escape square I can go to. Bishop to C5 check. I move my king to F1. Bishop to D6. I escape with a G6, even though that you could take my knight. You could take my knight with the rook, but somehow he played that move. I got my knight out of there to G6. King to D8. Rook to E1, so I wanted to do a rook trade. And he takes the trade. I don't know why I'm saying it's a computer. H5, and I bring my king to F2. And the whole, you might be thinking, DJ, that why am I bringing my king out? So the whole point is that I have more material than him well, not him, the computer. My bad. I am bringing my king out so I can assist my pawns to push for promotion. So you don't want to be you don't want to have a lazy king just sitting there just watching the battlefield, being like, I'm gonna watch my pawns, my pieces, my bishop, my queen, my rook, knights, just fight for the center, and meanwhile just sit there. No, that's a bad thing during these end games. You need to activate your king to assist your pawns to help your pawns to get to the end of the board. Bishop to e6, bishop to c7. I take on f5. Bishop to d6. f4. The computer's playing nonsense. King to g3. b5. And I was eyeing this corner. The left side looks weak. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try to stop for promotion. He takes me. That's a bad idea. You shouldn't take me. I take back. And now I am winning here. King to c7. Knight to e5. Bishop to b2. It's looking at my knight. I don't care about that. It's protected by the pawn. I don't know why. Bishop to c3. I'm going to take this pawn. Bishop takes knight on e6, e5. That's a blunder. Take back with the pawn. King to d8. I push the pawn to e6. a4. c5. e7. c6. And now my two passed pawns are unstoppable. That what you do, I'm going to get a promotion. I sacrifice the pawn on e7, takes, I push the pawn, and now this pawn is unstoppable. It doesn't matter how hard you try, I'm going to promote to a queen. And now, DJ, this is what you have done. Here, in this situation, it's similar to, in this position, to your game with you versus Pyro. I get checked. I take back the bishop. King e5. King to c5. King to e6. I give a check. Now, here's you're done. When the king is like 2 squares away from the queen, like a horse, in this position, you want to keep it that way. And whatever you do, you want to make the box smaller. I played a3 because I want, no matter what he does, he has to make a move with his king. So the bot played king to c7. I followed suit to queen to e6. King to d8. I'm queen to f7. So it's still in an L shape with a horse. And no matter what the king does, king to c8, queen to e7, I'm making the box smaller. Smaller and smaller. And up to this point, and the king goes to a8. This is where you stop. You let the queen west after chasing the king, and then you bring your king to help the queen to fight the black king. And these are the only 2 squares that you should have played. What should I play? This is the only 2 squares the king can go to. So Black still has the only play he can move. King to A8, bring him closer, and up to this point, King to B7. Now, Queen to B7, checkmate. And your game, that was a stalemate, because I will show you. I will show you. And like certain moves right here. I'll put play from here. King goes to A8. Well, what happens if I go here? It's a stalemate, no legal moves left. That's what you should not do, and I'll do it again. Play from here. King to A8. King to C6. King to B8. Queen to B7, checkmate. You see the difference here? Now, the king is, like, dead. Captured, or what do you want to describe it? In your situation, like, again, DJ, it's a stalemate. Unfortunately, Pyro is right. Because you trap the king in the corner where it has no legal moves left. Because in the rules of chess, the king cannot purposely put himself in check that he could be captured or killed. That's not a legal move. So, I hope you learned something, DJ. And when you do your rematch, I got a little secret for you. I got a little secret, and it's my favorite opening. Like, it's my favorite opening I like to play. And I don't know, Pyro might fall for it. And let's see, hopefully he doesn't. I will make my own game without a bot, so I can easily make this a lot more better. This is what's my favorite opening. Let's see if Pyro falls for it. You want to play E4. If he plays E5, then you play F4, and this is known as the King's Gambit. This is my favorite opening to play. If Pyro, like, you may be thinking this is a dumb move, it's a free pawn. Well, hang on with me, DJ. If he takes your pawn, you want to play knight to F3 to prevent the queen coming over here to giving you a check. If he plays something like, I don't know, probably like B6, you want to take the center. Because the center is where the true battlefield is. Is that where who controls the center is more stronger. And if he plays like, Pyro plays knight to F3 and knight to F6. Now you can take this with the bishop, and now you will basically be winning here because you have these pieces out. Like, if he takes this, well, you don't need to worry. can just play like queen to e2. Well, the sad thing is that for black, you cannot move this knight because it's pinned to the king, and this becomes useless. But what will happen if if it's reversed? Or there's another way, so well, I'll get you there in a second. Okay, in this situation, like let's say if he doesn't take, like if he plays like something like b6, you still need to play knight to f3 because you still need to prevent this queen to coming over here. Or plays knight to f6. And up to this point, I would say in this position, take the pawn, and after that you just play chess, going against Pyro. So I hoped you learned something, DJ, and use this to this advantage, and hope Pyro doesn't see this. Thank you, and I hope you do well next time, DJ.